The story I'm going to tell about is when I look for rich young kids online in China, I ended up discovering and understanding the loser generation. So in my filmmaking, I have always been particularly interested in youth culture in China.
I want to be a superstar.
Superstar?
Yeah.
They dictate what China will become in the future. So in the summer of 2014, I went back to China researching. By chance, I heard about this online streaming platform called YY. On YY, a lot of rich kids and poor kids all get together and watch their live streaming stars every night, and the rich will spend tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in one night supporting their live streamers. So every time I interview live streamers, I ask them to see if they can introduce me to their rich patrons. But none of them at the beginning wanted to talk to me. And then sometimes I'll ask them, so maybe if it's impossible to meet your rich patrons, maybe you could introduce me to your fans who don't have that much money but who are loyal to you. One day, one of the female live streamers introduced me to her top fan. This particular female fan of this live streamer, she will watch her show every night. She volunteers to be the manager of her showroom. And she also spent time with the live streamer in real life by traveling 1.5 hours each way in the morning and in the evening to keep her idol company. Because these live streamers, even though they look very glamorous, they're very lonely. This top fan of the female live streamer grew up in a very poor mountain region. After graduating from a very prestigious university in Shanghai, she got a job, a very low-end secretarial job at a trading firm, making around 4,000 RMB at that time. So I asked this girl, what is your dream?
没有梦想，没有梦想。
That kind of broke my heart. That was my first time sitting face to face with a 屌丝 generation. So 屌丝 is a funny word. It originated on the internet in China. The Chinese stereotype of a 屌丝 loser is someone who makes very little money, working a dead-end job, and has no girlfriend. Sometimes even rich people will jokingly call themselves 屌丝 losers.
屌丝这个词本来是一句出口，现在却被形容为是一些相貌平平、收入普通的年轻人用于自嘲。
因为今天中国社会跟20年前不一样，这个社会往上流动的机会少了。
那些屌丝或者说很多这个中下层，一种绝望啊，就是你没机会。
Live streaming is very important for the 屌丝 generation because it's the first time that brought their existence into mainstream consciousness. Because in the past, the elites of the society just didn't interact with them. Live streaming is the first time where an internet platform enables some 屌丝 to become extremely wealthy. That attracted a lot of people's attention. So people started looking at live streaming, trying to understand it, and the government started to crack down on live streaming. Finally, I feel like the elites in China have to confront the existence of 屌丝 through live streaming. When I was making People's Republic Desire, I thought this film would find really audience in China because it's about a really hot social topic. But unfortunately, the government didn't want us to show the film in China. It is about the underbelly of the Chinese society, of how a group of young people can be so hopeless despite the gleaming exteriors of China's reform. So I find that extremely fascinating. But at the same time, as a filmmaker and as a person, it really forced me to be even more cautious when I look at China. It kind of reminded me the different aspects of Chinese society I still don't understand. 원가웨.
You wanna explain or no?
No. I'm gonna get in trouble if I explain. What is Chinese Generation Z again?
96 and after.
96.
Oh, for sure, millennials. There's still some, commonality. There's still some connection to the millennials. Oh, that's a tough one. Chengdu, my hometown. Shanghai, where my parents currently live. Chengdu.
Great. One last question. Alipay or WeChat Pay?
WeChat Pay. I'm kind of like locked in the WeChat ecosystem. I cannot ever get out.
Great. We're done.
Okay. Yes. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not gonna look at myself. That's my rule. Whenever I give an interview, I don't listen to myself.